There's just no queen like a vegan queen.
Well, hello, you big gorgeous lump. It's me, that there, Gemini. And...
her errant daughter, Miasma.
Together, the vegan queens. Together, lethal. Together, bloody gorgeous. Together, talented. Apart, a little bit sad, but we're alright.
We're alright, we're fine. We're coping. We're doing it.
How are you, love?
I'm alright, I'm not too bad actually today. I'm feeling very well lit today, love.
Oh, yes, well, I'm using this very, very self-same ring light right here. Paul's borrowed it me.
Yeah.
To use an organism. Paul borrowed it me.
I've taken mine from Libraries Open. I've not asked permission, but I think it's always better to ask forgiveness than permission, isn't it? As a hard and fast rule.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of pink and orange and purple going on with us both today, love.
There is.
I was going to wear orange and then I thought, Gemini, love, can you remember the wall that's right behind you? I thought I don't need no orange. Lesbian Visibility Day was on Monday.
Monday just gone,
Aye. And we like those lesbians to be visible.
We do.
Except the ones who support TERF. I don't like them.
No, we don't want no TERFs on our turf, as they say.
Exactly.
That's TERF with an E and TERF with a U.
I'm wearing a gorgeous piece of Indian-inspired costume hand jewellery today, in solidarity with our poor brothers and sisters over there in India being bloody ravaged by this COVID nonsense again. And when I say nonsense, I don't mean I don't believe in it. I've had my first vaccine. I'm very lucky. I mean nonsense as in, just the way what it's doing to the world, I have
nothing but sympathy, love, and I started to think, I was like, oh, I wonder why, and then I thought, actually, in some respects, although, the UK has had an awful time of it and stuff like that, in some respects, assuming things were done properly, we are quite lucky in the fact that we're an island. So essentially, in theory at least, we could kind of isolate from and, stop the spread and stuff, but like India's a very densely packed country, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just going to go like wildfire. Well, clearly it has.
Yeah, it's doing, isn't it? It's yesterday. We're recording this on Tuesday, by the way, the day after Lesbian Visibility Day. And yesterday, I think it was nearing 300,000 new infections. And 2,800 deaths, and that's only the recorded deaths, Miasma.
It's just appalling numbers, isn't it?
It's just horrendous. It's a shortage of oxygen, of air.
Yes. Literally. I read somewhere, and I don't know if this is accurate, so I must caveat that, but I read somewhere that people were being told that if they were hoarding oxygen, then they could be prosecuted, basically, like if they weren't just making it readily available. Actually, the article said they could be hung, but I don't know how much I believe that in terms of whatever that is, but definitely, they were saying basically you can't hold on to anything, we need everything.
Yeah,
so,
I'm glad to see that the UK has sent over its first batch of aid. And let's send more. This is what we have to do as countries of the world, isn't it? It's like, don't think of it as countries of the world, think of it as a lot of neighbours living on a street. If Betty at number 3 was poorly and everyone else was fine, they'd look after her.
Well, I'm not so keen on Betty. No, I'm joking, but you're absolutely right. It's like,
you know what I mean, though?
Isolationism does not and will not get us anywhere. We've got to look out for each other as fellow citizens of the planet.
One world.
Yeah.
One world, Miasma, one planet. That's all. Oh, do you know? Terrible, really. I had an awful situation the other night.
Oh, no.
I did. So, William came round.
Oh, Wills.
And I've not seen him for a while, you know. And he'd really missed us when we were on the cruise. Anyway, he says, any chance, Gem, of a little fun time? I said, yeah, by all means. Anyway, that eager he was. Next thing I knew, I was in the bed and he was thrusting.
Oh.
He looks down. He says to me, "You're enjoying this, aren't you?" I said, "Well, yeah, but how can you tell?" He said, "Your toes are curling up." I said, "Sweetheart, you've not took my tights off."
They never do. They never do.
So, aside from that, a bit of nylon chaffage up the minge.
Yeah.
In a bit of an embarrassing situation. I'm alright.
Good.
So anyway, the situation was rectified and we had a lovely time. And then we watched a movie on Netflix.
Oh, do tell.
So we did the chill first and then the movie.
I think that's better.
Then the Netflix. It's called Love and Monsters.
Oh, I've heard of this, I think.
It's very good. It's a kind of... It's your typical beautiful story of the protagonist needing to become a different person and following his journey to become that person. But the story that's going on around that story is... Get this, Miasma. Oh, it's very good. There was an asteroid on its way to Earth called Agatha 616.
Oh no.
Humans did what they do best and sent a load of bombs to blow it up in the sky. What they didn't think of, what fuels bombs? Chemicals. So all that chemical fallout came back down to Earth, Miasma. All came back down to Earth, and it made all the cold-blooded creatures into massive monsters.
Oh no.
So frogs, insects, anything that's cold-blooded.
No.
I tell you what a good film. What a good film with some great special effects and loads of art. I mean art.
Yeah.
I'm saying it in my northern girl way. Loads of art. Beautiful.
I mean, it does sound good. It does sound right good. I get scared, right, when things are bigger than they're supposed to be.
Oh, well, it won't do for you then, Miasma.
No, I mean, thankfully, I've never been troubled relationship-wise in that respect. But, in terms of, like, animals, insects and things... No, I think I need things to stay what they are.
Yes.
You know, like them huge hissing cockroaches, have you seen them? They look like a xylophone. No. Nope. If anything looks like it could take me out in the middle of the night with not too much fuss, I'm not interested.
So, now normally we're ripping into American politics, but you know what, our American friends... We're going to leave you alone.
Yeah.
For this episode. Well, we probably won't actually. I'm sure there's some that'll come up. But my goodness, look at what's going on in the UK at the moment. Suddenly, Dominic Cummings, who lived up the arse of our yellow-haired tit of a Prime Minister for how many years? Well, since before Brexit, so don't forget he led the campaign.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Has apparently fallen out of his ass, and I don't know whether he's being bitter because he wants to crawl back in, or whether he's just showing his true colours. Now, here's the thing, right? I want to despise him.
Oh no.
But how can I despise someone who's being a whistleblower for a man in charge of the country who has allegedly said And it's a horrific thing to say. Let the bodies pile up by the thousands. We're not having another third lockdown.
Yeah, I saw the headline on that. Pretty shocking stuff, really. And even from the papers that are normally right up there with Dominic, you know, right up that bum crack, you know, pushing prostate, which is incidentally the title of my autobiography. But you know, so even when like the Mail and the Express and I'm really sorry, you cut that. But even like when the Mail and the Express are slagging you, you know you've done something wrong.
I know, and he's turned on. I watched him in a news snippet being asked about it, and he does this very sly. I see right through it. Sly but very endearing public school boy when he's cornered.
Yeah.
And he comes across as very confident and factual, and it's all just it's like, yeah, well, he's had years to practice this thing.
It's like the film Chicago, innit? You know where she's getting ready for the trial. This is not a spoiler if you haven't seen it. Where have you been? It's been out since the 70s, you weirdos. I'm joking, I love you all. But where Billy Flynn's just like, politics, law, it's all just show business. You know what I mean? And that's it. He's rehearsed a character, hasn't he? So when things get a bit sticky, he just falls back on his rehearsals.
Of course. Oh, I think people are so shallow who fall back on characters to portray.
Do you know what I mean? Why can't people just be natural as they are?
Do you know what I mean? I fall out of bed looking like this in the morning.
Same.
A bit of tinted moisturiser and a chapstick, as my lovely daughter said many times, and I'm done.
Exactly.
You know.
Makes me sick.
So yeah, it's there's a lot going on in this country with this government at the moment, where they are showing their true colours. And I can't stand that Keir Starmer, the slime ball, the glory hunter, the desperate for attention mini version of bloody, what's he called? Tony Blair.
Yeah. He's not.
He's no opposition, Miasma. He's no opposition. He's a parrot.
Yeah. Yeah, ineffectual to the point of offensive.
Yeah.
You know, and actually offensive on several occasions as well. You know, we talked it last episode, didn't we, a little bit, yeah.
I wish they'd have voted in a female leader.
I would have liked Angela Rayner or Dawn Butler to have a crack at it.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, still the old school thing, isn't it? Oh, men, those are men's jobs. Really?
Well, how comes they can't do them then? Do you know what I mean? We're sat here in us flip-flops. We could sort this shower out.
Jab. Like that.
Yeah. I'd start by privatising the billiards room at the House of Lords and then go from there. Do you know what I mean? They'd have to pay to play and everything would go to food banks. That's my campaign. Vote TVQ.
Yeah,
Could you imagine if we stood for an election, man? Could you imagine if we were just like, you know what, let's throw our hat in the ring?
Do you know, Miasma, never count anything out, love.
Well, this is true. You know, we'd probably still get more votes than Lawrence Fox will for Mayor of London.
Look, it's a funny world. Folk need folk. We're good folk.
Yeah.
You know, why not, I say.
Why not? You know, we'd have lovely accessories, come with little campaign badges to put on your chest. That you could wear on our merch, which is available now. The link's always in the description. You know, and I think we'd look really good on Question Time.
Yes, definitely.
We are very gobby though. We'd be all like this, wouldn't we? Shut up! Shut up!
I think that's what's missing.
Yeah. Actually, if we're going to do gladiatorial arena style politics, let's have it.
There's a lot of pomp and farce in politics, and a lot of tradition, like, oh, this is the way it's meant to be done, so this is the way it has to be done. And it's like, well, no, just because something's always been done a certain way doesn't. That's why cavemen aren't beating women on the head anymore without getting arrested for it.
Yeah. Unless they happen to work for the police force. Oh,
she went there. She went there. Yeah, unless you're a black woman called, was she called Sandra, the one who was a lawyer?
I believe so, yes. I could be wrong. If I am, I apologise, but I think so,
and me, because it's going back a good couple of years, and there was all that controversy saying, I'm sure it's the exact same story. Hello, little Isis. Saying that they actually thought that her picture, her, in the orange suit, once you arrested picture, she was already dead.
Yes, I mean, I remember being quite shocked at the time, but it actually is going back a little bit now, isn't it? Like, that's horrific.
Good couple of years. Yeah, well, it just shows you we've all become so desensitized to black people being brutalized by the police.
Absolutely.
That it becomes, and it never should, but it does, it becomes just another story of a terrible injustice that you have to support from afar because you're not there.
Yeah. That's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? As like a part of a global community as well, you don't always feel like, I mean, there are, in terms of raising awareness and stuff like that, and speaking out, there are things you can do, but sometimes you just want to get in there on the ground level, don't you? But you don't know what to do. But you want to do summer, so
yeah. I think talking about stuff is just important. The if you can, that's an important quantification. If you can talk about the politics of the world and the wrongs of the world without them having too much of a negative effect on you personally, then you should talk about them.
Absolutely.
Because it's the only way we're ever going to change anything is by keeping things in focus, keeping things, talked about.
Yeah.
Have you heard this? Get this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. There's another Trump goon currently undertaking a hand recount in Arizona.
Oh, Caroline.
One of the reporters that was there as an observer asked to pull up the kind of head of this, whatever they're doing, and say, why have all your people got blue pens? It's in the rules, you can't have black or blue pens. Black or blue are the only things that are read by the machine. You have to have red pens. And he was like, no, it just says black pens. And then when she went back a little bit later, they suddenly all had red and green pens. But had she not called it out? And then they barred her.
Of course they did.
They barred her.
Of course they did.
And there's all these new rules and all. Sorry, we have got onto America after all, haven't we? There's all these new rules in Georgia about, like, you can't give water or you can't give food and drink to people who've been queuing, even if they've been there 8-9 hours to get in to vote. Anything to make it more difficult for the black population to vote.
If it weren't so horrifying, it's almost comedically corrupt. Like, if you told people, they'd never believe it, that it wasn't a plot line from a movie.
I know.
You know what I mean? I'm like, how are you performing this with a straight face? I've got half a ton of spirit gum on my head and I'm struggling. You know what I mean? And you have the audacity to stand there.
She says things.
I do say things I don't mean. But the audacity to just stand there and... No, the audacity to just stand there and be you, Marilyn. Or be you. It's easier to come up with women's names. I don't know why. Stefan.
I still can't believe that Trump still has so many supporters and people backing the big lie. It's like The election was won fair and square. Move on, Deirdre.
Move on. Or you might as well just admit that there's nothing going on in your life, love.
Yeah.
Like, what are you playing at? What are you even... That shouldn't even be allowed. What are you recounting? What are you recounting? Like it's going to have any kind of difference at all. It's done. He's inaugurated. He's the president. Done.
They can't. They just can't. They can't move on from it, can they? He was like... For the heavily jingoistic and unfortunately usually hand-in-hand racist underbelly of Americans, he was their last best hope.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's a really good point.
To get back to a country that they believe once existed, and I suppose in some ways it did, but it was never the core of what America has been about.
No.
It's just that certain laws and certain presidents have led you to believe that the problem isn't here, it's over there. Look over there!
Look over there. Exactly. Bloody exactly. And we're not innocent of that. You know, we've discussed it before. You know, that a lot of people are ruled by this kind of idea of a false England that never really existed except on postcards, but they think it did, and that the reason that it doesn't exist anymore is because of other people. You know, so we're not innocent in that. You know?
But I know, absolutely not. And it's like people celebrate that colonialism.
Yeah.
All we did was go around the world in ships, sticking our bloody flag in lands that were already owned by indigenous people, saying, this is partly ours now. Ha ha ha. Hello, I'm Sir Frederick Twat from England.
Exactly. But you try and do that in Sainsbury's with a vegan quiche and see how far you get.
Nowhere. Do you know why? They don't sell them, miasma.
That too.
I've had to make my own.
Yeah.
I've had to make my own vegan quiche.
I wonder if Paul's got a recipe video on that.
He has, quiche Karen.
There you go, quiche Karen. There you go.
Yeah, made with applewood.
Beautiful.
How's the lovely Stuart and his book club going?
Alright, yeah, very excited for their first book club meeting. He's done a Q&A this past week. If you've not found out, I know he's filming it this week and answering all folks' questions, you know, about books, or it could just be his life. He might mention me, I don't know. I hope not, to be perfectly honest, because I'll be vetting the footage. I'll be vetting the footage, love. But if you haven't, you know, pop over to Libraries Open and ask a question if you fancy.
We'll link it up there.
Oh, lovely.
The Libraries Open.
I know about Paul. How are Paul and Jason getting on?
Alright, they seem to be... I popped down to the allotment with them on Saturday. Paul tried passing me a shovel. I said, piss off, I've come Luke. So I was having a walk around looking at everybody else's allotments, you know, while they did some filming. I put their latest allotment video up there because it were nice, actually. They've done a grand job, and I'm quite looking. I mean, I've said to Paul, when it's proper nice weather, like sunny weather, I can come down in my bikini, can't I? And you know, lie on your, I don't know, bit of mud somewhere. And he was like, Gemini, it's not really that kind of place. I was like, what kind of place? What's wrong with a voluptuous woman full of sin in a bikini? Exactly. What's wrong with that?
In the Greater Manchester area? Come on. Yeah,
Paul
we'll both pop down, love. Do a bit
Paul
of a
could
win.
be happy to see that, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, miasma.
What?
Can we do that thing where we stop and start again?
Okay.
Do this with me. Oh, I do enjoy that flash bit where we fade out and fade back in again.
I love it. It jolts me awake if I settle into complacency.
It gives me a tinge right on my special parts.
With or without tights, as we've heard.
Oh, shocking. It's shocking what goes on in my life, miasma.
It's. I mean, but write it down. Folk could never believe it.
I know. Do you know though? I wouldn't have it any other way.
No. I think we're all very grateful.
I think. How are you feeling about? I've probably asked you this before, but I think it's an ongoing question. I'm very much. I have to be honest. I am very much feeling like the country, has rushed back to a forced sense of normality. Because they were so desperate to. I only say this because the couple of times I've driven down to the allotment with Paul and Jason, there's a couple of pubs on the on the way, and the beer gardens have been chocker miasma.
Yeah, you see it a lot in the town as well. You know, folk just sort of spilling out onto the pavement, carnival style, and you just sort of think, don't you?
It just worries me. It's like, there doesn't seem to be a collective sense of responsibility and common sense. And so people, I totally get that people are eager to see the friends and family again.
Oh God, yeah, totally.
But when you see the beer gardens chock-a-block full, I'm just like, Petri dish.
Yeah, super spreader. I don't know, love. I mean, as you know, I don't frequent public houses, but if I did, I'd have to. Okay. I'd have to admit I'd be very cautious about even wanting to, and that's not a critique. If you have, I get it. Totally, like we've said, mental health has been a big thing. People want to see.
Of course
folk,
it has.
get
of course,
it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a lack of fear.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying everyone should live in fear, but sometimes being fearful of something helps you to be hyper vigilant.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is a great preventative.
It's just, I think it's a lot to do with that. There's been no in between. It's been like all or nothing, hasn't it? Everything's open or nothing's open, and you just get to start to thinking there's got to be a middle ground somewhere, or a kind of, well, they talked about a phased back return. That doesn't seem to have happened. It just seems to have gone,
bang.
We'll do a phased back. No, we won't, lol. There you go.
Yeah, I get it from the businesses' perspective as well, because
totally.
They've been surviving on furlough for so long, and now of course they want to reopen, and I'm sure that if I ran a vegan cafe or whatever, I'd be eager myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of the places I suppose they're doing the safe thing, as in the beer gardens are open, but then it's up to you.
Yeah. Which might be fine if you could trust a lot of the great British public. Not you who watch us.
Da-da! And there it is on a platter.
Exactly.
But you can't.
Exactly, you can't. So yeah, totally get it on that. I think the furlough scheme as well has been a complete pile of pounds. I don't think it's worked as it was supposed to. There's a little shop near me, right, what does printing. Right, sort of commercial printing, whatever, but like a family-owned business sort of thing. And they applied for furlough and were turned down, basically. Bearing in mind they have like a skeleton employees, it's like 4 of them work there, sort of thing. But how are they supposed to fund people not being able to go into work? But yet you've got people like Victoria Beckham's company was fully supported by the furlough. It's like they couldn't afford to pay that themselves. I'm not saying they should have had to, but what I'm saying is, it's like, surely things like furlough are for people who can't afford to subsidise their businesses. You're not telling me a multi-million-pound company needed the government to pay their staff's wages, because I'm not having it.
Well, like we said on the last episode, Primani reopened and made so much profit in their first week that and it was really good of them to say thank you for the 130 million furlough, we can pay you back now.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to them, fair play.
Absolutely, at least they've paid it back. I wonder how many other large organisations have done that.
We're looking at you, large organisations, corporatisation, people. That's what we're looking at. I mean, we haven't earned a sou. We haven't had a bean, have we, love, from anybody. You know, well, no, that's not true. When we did our Line Pride event, a lot of you were very generous and helped us donate to charity as well.
Yes.
So we do massively appreciate that. But other than that, we've not had
£100 to George House Trust and 100 to Albert Kennedy.
Absolutely. Which is dead important in it, because when there's like a medical crisis and stuff going on globally, we forget that day-to-day charities still need support to do their work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I feel you, I hear you, I get you.
Thank you, love, I appreciate you.
So I don't know whether I'm better nearer or further away. Who can say?
Ma'am, near, far, wherever you are, I'm happy with you.
Hello, little Isis. Hello, darling.
She's popping in now, she'll want royalties.
I'm just stroking my pussy under the table.
Lovely. Lovely. Take your tights off this time, love.
Oh, she's a good egg. She's a good egg, that one. So, yeah, it will be nice, Miasma, when we actually get back to doing some actual performances, won't it? So I'm very much like Paul. I've got June 25th as a date in my head.
Yeah.
Because June 13th, final vaccine. 12 days after that, apparently, fully vaccinated.
Well, there you go. And I'm very hopeful that they'll get to me at some point. There are conversations apparently happening at the moment, and I also I've got a lead that I'm following up at the moment. So
well, they're doing 44-year-olds officially now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on age 44. But I still think, what were you working in that nursery? You know.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You know. Don't want to pass it on to the plants.
All them snotty little things. You know.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly.
They're all,
you know, as childcare provider of the year that my husband is. No. But no, yeah, there's been flaws in that rollout, hasn't there? In terms of theoretically, it kind of works. In practice, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, I mean, the age thing was a good thing to start off with, but it should have also, teachers, frontline workers, all should have been first, especially when they were opening schools back up.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, if you're going to force folk out there, and they'll do it happily, well, semi-happily, give them a bit of a leg up, give them a bit of protection, why don't you? You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's the tea on that.
So, let's just for interest, open Google, and we'll see. What's the there's all sorts in. I like to open Google sometimes and see what the headlines are.
Oh yeah, when they've redone the logo and that, and see if it's yeah.
Sainsbury's hit by boycott from shoppers over controversial picture placed in stores. What's this about?
What's the controversial picture?
I'm checking that. The advert in one store of the retailer situated in the southwest has sparked a backlash. What's the advert? After eagle-eyed customers spotted a controversial poster. Alright, let's get to the point.
Yeah, can we have the photo please, not the ad campaign?
Oh, it's a bloody tongue-in-cheek message, isn't it? Sainsbury's advertised a scone with cream spread on the bottom and a dollop of jam on the top. And people in Cornwall are mortified. That's a headline.
Thank you to the people of Cornwall for that earth-shattering revelation.
Tesco, Morrison's and Sainsbury's shoppers in despair, Miasma, as food cupboard essential faces national shortage. Alright, what we're talking about here now.
What should be like pink Himalayan salt or something?
Marmite.
Oh. No, I like
Apparently.
yeast.
There's a national drought, and it's left shelves empty across the country, with Sainsbury's also out of stock online.
What will we do? I know I like yeast as much as the next girl, but it's not a staple, is it? Come on. Come on. You can survive without Marmite. Shocking, but you can. I wonder what's brought that on though. Come to think of it, why there's a shortage of it. People surely have not been stockpiling Marmite.
Very, very possibly. In fact, I would say these days, miasma, probable. There was a whole new segment of fear mongering, wasn't there? And I don't know whether it was fear mongering or whether it was justified concern when Brexit first happened, and there were all these lines and lines and lines of lorries and stuff. And we've still got more of that to come.
Oh, aye.
By the way, it's not like we're back to normal now. Not by a long chalk.
No. It's true.
Speaking of Brexit, we've seen all those expats have been forced to come back because they'd never registered as Spanish citizens. They just were happily there on their EU passports, which allowed them to be there, and now they've been told to go home, and they're like, I voted for Brexit, but I didn't vote for this. Actually, you did, love. What you mean is, you voted for Brexit, and you didn't look into what Brexit was. On that, stop trying to deflect it, and start to think.
Well,
all right.
I'm gutted. I'm absolutely beside myself for facing the consequences of their own actions.
I'm due a new passport, and I don't want one.
Oh no, I don't want one of them. I've got a couple of years, I think, left on it. Maybe
Mine ran out in January this year, January 2021. Yeah. I kind of rely on my passport and all, because it's like part of your ID, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Yeah. And some places you're alright, they'll let you have it even if it's out of date, but that's not the point, is it? But I don't want one of these shitty ones.
I don't want a navy blue shit house.
I don't want no navy blue
shit house.
How are we going to accessorise?
Shove your blue shit house. I don't want it.
Oh, me.
You know what this hairstyle reminds me of? It's probably not even the right song. I get so emotional, baby. Every time I think of you. I get so emotional, baby.
Oh, I thought you were going to carry on. Ain't it shocking what? Sorry.
There you go.
Love can do. Please do book us. We normally pick our cues up better than that. Please do book us for your events.
It's very difficult to pick up your cues online over the interweb. Isn't it, miasma?
Oh, it be. Just pull me bust up.
Oh, wait, are you wearing a bra? Are you wearing a bra today?
I am wearing a little bralette, yeah.
Because when we were on that cruise, you didn't have your bra on at all. Did you?
No, I'm trying to get some sun on my nipples, weren't I? But here, I need the support.
I get you.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not getting any younger. I need the support.
Yours are still quite high set, miasma. They're not like mine. I stand on mine. I've not got my bra on.
I know.
Told you before about me getting me bloody nipple caught, me flip flop. It wasn't funny. I don't like it, and it's happened too many times for me to be joyful about.
No, it weren't funny at all.
Anyway, have you got anything else? Have you got anything else to say or talk about?
Not really, no. I'm exhausted. I've exhausted all my talking points, which I appreciate about our little ladies of lockdown sessions, because I get to get them all out, you see. Like-minded folk.
I did have something to talk to you about. That vegan sign.
Oh, yes,
Sorry.
I've heard about this.
That vegan zine, should say zine, a digital publication being put together by those vegan guys, but all contributions, all submissions, people telling their own stories, writing their own articles. It's gorgeous. We've been confirmed for the problem page.
Oh, fabulous. Lovely. Oh, I thought you were going to say a photo story then. I was going to be like...
So if any, our photo's going to be in there, but if any of you have any problems, the spring edition is about to launch in a couple of weeks. So let us know down there in the comments what your problems are, and you know, if you're all right with it going in our vegan zine on our page, I'll see you on there. We'll solve all your problems. Me and her have been through some right shit. We know how to sort through shit.
Family disputes, fungal infections, focaccia wars, get 'em in.
KGB evasion.
Yeah, we know that. You know, blackmailing politicians. We don't know anything about that. I'm weak. But get 'em in.
Yeah, do. No, because we'll enjoy that. And it'd be good to have our little own page in that vegan scene. Because people trust us, my husband, that's what it is. People for years and years and years and years have been coming to me with the problems, their issues, the little, you know, quibbles. And they've said to me, Gemini, can you help me? And I've said, of course I can, love. Tell it me all, word for word, in great detail. And I'll write you down an answer. And I've done that for folk all over North West. And they've all been grateful, except Miriam.
No, well,
we don't talk about that.
That's a long story. With a very sordid ending.
Oh, awful ending, really.
Dreadful.
Yeah, she moved down under, did Miriam. Under. You know. About the same time as I got a lovely new patio out the back.
Yeah.
Oh, love. Right, well, we'll bring this one to a close then, shall we? Because looking gorgeous like this and it's sun shining, I am going to get my bikini on. I'm going in that backyard.
Yeah.
I've got folk to show off to.
I'm going to pull this off and get out there.
Pull what off?
Top cat thing, can you? Oh, look. Oh.
Oh, that. Oh, is that a dress?
It's like a little toppy dress thing. I've put a pair of tights on with it.
Stand up again. Oh, you had it lifted above your bra. That looked right nice. It looked like a sequin long sleeve top with a bra attached. I was like, oh, it's very 90s, like my hair, but I'm there.
Yeah. Well, I'll think about that. I'll get going with my trusty scissors. See how we get on.
Right, darling. We'll be back in a fortnight or thereabouts.
Yeah.
With more for a chat about. More shenanigans, more malarkey. But do leave us down there, please, your problems. And, you know, it doesn't matter how outrageous or outlandish, ridiculous or made up it might sound, we'll help you.
Give me your war. Give me your war.
Scares me shitless sometimes. She used to do things like this as a child when we were watching movies. She'd turn her head, not her body, turn her head round and just say some strange line to me, and then that line would come up in the movie and we'd never seen it before.
No, I am truly gifted.
It seems so, my asthma.
I have been.
You certainly changed things. My minge has never been the same. Anyway, we'll see you again, my loves, in a fortnight or a month. Probably a fortnight, because us pair clacking. We can't stop.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
We can't. No, nor should we. You know.
No.
So we'll say, take care of yourselves. Please check out the links. Check out the links down there. Become a patron. Buy our merch. Have us on your boobs. Loads of stuff you could be doing to support the vegan queens. Please do.
Yeah. Don't be tight.
And don't wear tights. Bye, love. So we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.